I step, something in my jeans. FOI, you know that's the team, huh?
Peace. This is your brother Aidan X, and welcome to the processing class. You was born in the nation, correct?
Oh, no, sir. No, sir.
You was not? No, okay. So what were you before you became an FOI and before you registered? What is your background?
I grew up in coming into Christian churches with my family, as I think a lot of us can attest to. And I had a relationship with God always, and I know that to be true, just by the fact of me being where I'm at today. But you know, um, like most of us, again, I didn't exactly know what to believe. Um, I won't say what to believe. I didn't have an in-depth relationship with God. I was making I was making my own ways and my own relationship, um, in some aspects, but just knowing that there was a higher power, um, that I was in communication with and that was guiding me. That's the best way I could put it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How has the teachings changed your life? Did you have any, mental health problems before the nation? Did you have any identity problems? Any vices? A lot of brothers that come in, they was involved in even illegal activity before they joined the nation. How was your headspace and your morals before you registered into the nation, or even knowledge?
Yes, sir. Come on with these good questions, brother. I would say all of them, everything you just listed off. If I could say this, there's not a single one of us who have come into the teachings that didn't have all of those things that you just listed. And even when you said mental health problems, I wouldn't, looking back, the first thing that was clicking in my mind was I wouldn't say if I had mental health problems, because we look at that and hear that and immediately think the extreme.
Yeah,
But
like
I absolutely,
anxiety, insecurity. Yeah, sorry to
yeah.
cut you off.
Oh
Yeah.
no, you're fine, brother. Yes, sir. Absolutely, all of that. When you come into these teachings and it starts to clean away certain things that you didn't realize were there. Yeah, that's a mental issue. That's a mental, um, there's a lot of blockage that we have in our thought process that is the cause to a lot of these things that we do that we have to stop doing when we come into the teachings. Fornication, drug use, just flat out laziness, all of it. Um, but yeah, I don't want to steer too far from the question. You said, what was the
Yeah, just
question?
you personally, did what did you go through exactly? And you can go into great detail.
Yes, sir. Um, mm, well, I was, uh, I was, I will say this first to that question, that I was Demetrius. You know what I mean? And I want to say that first and foremost because, there can be this thought from people on the outside looking in that, and this is for any religion, not even just Islam, that you have to be brainwashed or put on this facade and become a different person. I was Demetrius at that point and I am Demetrius today, but I didn't know who I was, and that's the thing when we talk about knowledge of self. It's People think, oh well, I know who I am. And it's like, we know ourselves better than anybody else, but how much about ourselves do we really know? That's the thing. So, I was smoking. Um, not cigarettes, marijuana,
Yeah.
weed. I was smoking. I was going to um I wasn't really much of a partier, but I would go to places with my friends that I didn't even always necessarily feel like being, you know, um just wasting my time in a lot of areas. I definitely wasn't a studious person at all. I had you told me you told me before we got started, a little about yourself and how you weren't the best in school. I was terrible in school as well. I always hated it. I had bad grades, and it's because I would say that I didn't like what knowledge this world had to offer me of this world. Now that I'm in a different world completely, like how it says, um, being in this world but not of this world, I have a whole different set of tools and wisdom now from the teachings. So basically what I was before was just lost, you know,
Yeah.
acting on what you see people doing around you. I always wanted I had a conscious mind. So like when I did smoke, I was always the only one out of my peers that's like, this is turning into an everyday thing now. Like every time we link up, we at some point, if we didn't link up to smoke, at some point while we're linked up, it's like who's gonna roll up. And it's just like I always had that mind of like wanting to advance, but I just didn't know how. So
Yeah.
yes, sir.